Leviathan, hello. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting my things all set up here, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, but there's unfortunately no stat tonight. I'm by myself, so I'm getting myself kind of lined up here as well as trying to keep up the broadcast going. But I am good. Well, alright. Hey, Spaceman. Yeah, I heard Pork. That sucks. What Pork's saying is that all of his car. Man, cloud. Ouch. Oh, double whammy. Yeah. That hurts. So Pork's data crashed, so all of his saved files are gone. But we're still on with Scavney here. We're gonna work our way through turn 8, which is a high-speed right-hander, into turn 9, and then through turn 9 into what is a fun little turn 10. You can really get it wide here, which he does. Doesn't use up the whole track, doesn't want to get on the grass, but he's going to come into turn 11 here. And then 11 is going to go into a swooping right-hander of turn 12 and 13. And the whole way you're going to want to try and gain speed, come out in 7th gear, as is Scavney. With the DRS wing open, we're going to brake late as we possibly can into turn 14. Extend that as far as we can to try and keep the pace going through what is a short turn 15. And then the final turn does not invalidate, so he knows what he's able to get away with there. Over the line for first right now. Honda does overtake. Where does Clog end up? Clog goes quicker than Scavney as well, so at some point there Scavney did lose some time. Kenny sets a time as well. We're going to start getting up fast and furious here. Jacko going second. Yulmir going third. I believe that's K-Dog. Yes, K-Dog extending that final turn 16 as far as she can, and she goes 7th quickest as of right now. JC looking to be the next car over, getting right up along the side and goes third right behind his teammate. Is that Mystic? I believe it is. Let's see where Mystic can end up here. Fastest lap at 29.4 and he goes 29.651, so still some time to improve. See Barry's next over the line. See Barry goes 7th. Yeah, that is Helg, so let's see what Helg can do. He's got some pace in him, and he goes for splitting the two Ferraris. Jinnit retires. MX, and then Mayomir. So Red Bull are going to have to put in a strong string of races here if they're going to try and work themselves back up the Constructors Championship. Sorry, they're sitting over 100 points back of 9th place, so they're all the way in 10th. And over 100 points separates them from 9th. And just to kind of put that in perspective, Ferrari is currently leading the way, and they have an astronomical lead of 96 points between them and Mercedes. Ferrari sitting at 376, Mercedes sitting at 282. But this is some easy math. Mercedes is only 1 point ahead of Renault with 281, so that can start getting real close. As well, McLaren now getting Jinnit to win it is really going to make things difficult for the 3 teams ahead, actually, to hold on to their positions, with Jinnit to win and having some real solid pace. But him starting in the back of the pack here today, we'll see what he's going to be able to do in his first race up in Tier 1. Can Red Bull, starting with MX Bloxham, leading the way, and start that string of races towards some solid finishes. We're going to get on with this full hot lap here. through Sector 2, actually going purple through Sector 1. We're on board with the entire thing, so I don't believe that was a glitch. We'll actually pull up the... We'll leave that up there as well. So we got the lab data as well as the telemetry of what MX Blocksum is doing throughout the gears here. MX is known to have some solid pace from time to time here. Since does keep some pretty clean lines there. He does lose an ever so slight amount of time, but it's giving us another purple sector too. He's truly finding the pace here. Unless the game is lying to me, he is on for pole, which he has gotten before. Cam, of course, is also out for his hot lap, as is Random Serious, and I think Enrique is the next, just behind him in the straight. So we'll switch right over to Enrique after Blocksum comes over the line here. Where is he going to end up? So he's in the 132. The game was lying to us. On to Enrique. Or is that Mailmir? That's Mailmir. Mailmir's coming over the line now for the 130. So into 6th place for Mailmir. Coming down that long straight stretch to see where Cam's going to be able to end up. I think he came 2nd last time in Mexico. Is he going to be able to once again get his feet onto the front steps and have that inside line into turn 1? He's going to get around this final turn, cuts a little bit of it, knows what he's able to get away with, that's for sure, because I don't think I'd be able to get that, and goes 4th fastest behind Jacko. Pork on an invalid, Enrique going through his. Gavney saying a purple, and Random Serious already came over the line for 9th place. Mailmir is off out of the way. I believe it is Enrique's next to finish. Trying to break as deep as he can into 14, get as good of a run. Kind of takes a little bit sharper of a line than Scavney did the first time they were on board with him all that time ago, and just says, screw it, not happy, I'm going into the pit. And I could see why he is very much off the pace there. Nicky still needs to set a time, and he already invalidates, as is Pork Chops. Pork Chops going to have to go all the way around. He's just going to go right into the pit. Scabby's next to come over. Is he going to improve on his time? Yes, he does, and improves up into 10th. So still 4 drivers yet to set a time. 1 retired from session. Clogmonger's way back on the pace. I don't think he's going to go for it here. He's already out of fuel, must have lost some more. That is Mystic. Doesn't look like Mystic's going to be able to improve all too much. Actually nearly matches his time from before, and actually Jacko improves. Yulmir as well. Yulmir into 4th. Nicky's still invalid. That is absolutely detrimental to my ears, listening to that. K-Dog showed us 3/10 down. Is she going to come over the line with a quicker time? Yes, she will, but unfortunately not position higher up the grid. And I think that was K-Dog, or sorry, Seaberry that came over. Did Helg? I think, yeah, Helg did move up into 4th place. As does JC moving up into 5th. Where's the other? That is Scavney, and Scavney's coming into the pit. Oh, I think Honda is next, but it looks like Honda's way down on this time. Gets a lockup into turn 14 here. Don't think he's going to improve. Oh, he just ever so slightly does. What do I know? That's what everyone's saying. Mystic's going to come into the pit, surely throw on another fresh set of softs and try and take pole once again. Here we go. Nicky's finally going to set a time. Where is he going to line himself up for? His manager Hannah is surely sitting in the weeds, watching as her client goes over 11th place, just ahead of his teammate for 12th. I think we're gonna get a couple of drivers improving here. Shows Pork is out. Pork's gonna go on his hot lap. I'm not sure if Enrique is slowing him up, or I think Enrique is as well on his hot lap. This could be a sticky situation here if Pork showing the quicker pace. Maybe also be good for him to follow Enrique. Copy his racing line, as Enrique is averagely of quicker lap times than Porkchop does, even though Porkchops has the solid race pace. Oh, I think he's getting slowed up here. Porkchop's looking, he's like trying to overtake Enrique here, actually. Looks like a car is out of fuel there. I think that's Nicky. Porkchops is actually getting a tow from Enrique here. Look at the inside line, wants to overtake because these two are somewhat racing here, and Enrique actually locks up, and Pork and Enrique are alongside each other. Now through the final turn, they're racing and qualifying. Porkchops is not going to be able to overtake him, but does get a quicker lap time as Porkchops goes 17th and Enrique go 18th. I can rightfully come to the conclusion that Porkchops is peeved. Looks like we got another car out of gas, as that's been happening a lot lately. I believe that's Cam out of fuel, or he's just getting out of the way. Random Serious having a patented lockup. Takes a turn very cleanly. Can he improve? Yes, he does, into 7th place. Porkchops is not down on his time from last lap, so he will not go for another one. Enrique, the car behind, also not down. Looking like Scavney is going to come out for one more go here. Just under 2/10 down. Scavney looking to get in the top 10 here. Cam as well surely needs to improve. He's got some better pace than that. I think he's coming out of the pit now. He's just going to leave himself time. We have a big cluster there around turn 1. There's a lot of drivers are going to go onto their hot lap with time surely running out. Scavney the first to set the time. Unless it's that K-Dog up there. No, I think that's Random Series. Yeah. So Scavney, yes. Scavney still next to set the time. Looks like he was somewhat getting a tow from his teammate, but didn't really last all too long. Coming around the hard right-hander of turn 14, cuts a little of that turn 16, and goes top 10. but will that be safe? K-Dog's next to set a time. She's got to shave off quite a bit of time here to overtake her boyfriend in Scabney, actually. Oh, she goes off wide and invalidates. She wouldn't have really improved at all anyways. I think Jacko is next. Can he improve? 129s ever so slightly does, and I think he stays, yeah, he does stay second. Whoa, what is going on there at turn 1? JC has just gotten right off the track, trying to avoid. Yolmir looking to improve from 6th. Takes a fairly clean racing line through turn 14 into that fake turn of 15. He's going to come over and stay 6th. Is that ZGS? I think that's actually MX Vlog, so no, it is ZGS next over. MX is invalid. That's the 2 Williams and Nicky or Kenny, but right now ZGS virtually matches his time. Actually, no, he does improve because he didn't set a time initially. Nicky's next over. ZGS currently sitting just behind both Williams. Can Nicky improve? It looks like he will. Yes, he does, into 9th place. And then his teammate invalidates, unfortunately, I think on the final turn. I'm going to try and rip up to Honda. Improves his time again. Oh, that's Mystic. Oh, no. Oh, Mystic does improve. Mystic improves into 2nd. Cam into 4th. JC is invalidated. And I think K-Dog, she as well is invalidated. So that is the end of the qualifying. Jacko, I think, was out of gas. No, Jacko's got no way of improving his time. So yes, that is the end of qualifying. As it stands, Honda and Mystic are going to go 1-2 as Mystic just barely necks out Jacko for 2nd. Cam goes 3rd, just missing out on 3rd as well. JC is the 2nd piece of the bread, sandwiching Cam for 4th. Helg going 6th, Yolmir 7th, random series 8, Nicky 9th, and Mailmir running at the top 10. Oh, the real sepia, I didn't see that. It looked like Scavney tried to pull one on his teammate Yolmir, but I think Honda looked like he had pull locked up anyways. Not sure exactly what we're waiting for here. It might be for Jacko to completely come off. But I guess we'll go into the ladder 10 with that starting at Scavney in the Haas, Seabury 12th, and of course right when I am about to talk it cuts me off, and then back onto it. Seabury 12th, Kenny going 13th, ZGS 14th, Clogmonger 15th, MX 16th, K-Dog 17th, Porkchops 18th, Enrique going 19th, and Jinnit to win it, having no time set, is going to start back to the pack in 20th in the McLaren seat. Do we have any predictions here, though, guys? Anyone feeling any like they've got something, or they think something's gonna happen, or anyone feeling anything? We do have a new follow 5 hours ago, so when we were off stream, thank you to whoever did that. appreciate everyone that's in this evening as we're about to go live here in the Midwest F1 League. They will give me about a minute and a half to kind of bring everything back around. So I'll start with my predictions, and maybe if chat wants to chime in, I'll be sure to read them out. But mine, I'm going to go, I think Mystic is going to finally get over the hump here. Hardest charger for Pork from the real CB. That's a big reach there, man. As going to the Hall of Records, hardest charger, the most, if I can find it quick, I know the most for sure is Pork Chops, and then Mahi Mahi's second with 4, Pork Chops with 5. The only closest person in this race is is Enrique with 2. So another hardest charger for Pork may be on the cards here tonight. We'll have to see what can happen. Maybe Kenny might be a good hardest charger in this race. I'm gonna go Mystic 1. I'm going to get stupid. I'm going to say Cam 2 and Jacko 3. I think Honda's going to finish off the podium. Something's going to happen to him. But I don't want that to happen. That's only my guess, complete guess. If nothing were to happen, that is an absolute deep reach on that one. Just off of pure race pace, it's just going to be a Honda and Mystic 1-2. But I think something might happen to Honda here, and he might get a little bit of bad luck. Obviously, I'm not wishing it on him, but I'm thinking that it may happen. Okay? But you heard it here first on my prediction. And then I'm going to go with Kenny as hardest charger, as I think he qualified 13th or something, but I think he's quicker than that, and hopefully the lad can show some solid race pace and move up the ladder. But, of course, we got a formation lap, and while we do, I'll kind of go over some of the answers in the pre-race questions that we had. And the first one was, what is your focus both in terms of current performance and future goals in Division 1 or Midwest in general? We'll start with C. Barry, and his response being, goal is to stay top 10 this season, but long term is to stay Div 1 and long enough to improve so I can compete for race wins in Div 1, something that I'm currently not able to do. Fair enough, and it's very, very hard to be able to do so when you got 2 drivers such as the top 2 guys, even 3 or 4 as well, with Jacko and Cam somewhat separating himself, and JC can have himself a high quality race as well. Helg has got some crazy race pace in random series you find on the podium every now and then, and even saying Kenny, our season 1 champion, all the way back down in 13th place, and now a new face on the grid, Jinnit, to win it starting in 20th. So quite a difficult task nowadays, that's for sure, compared to early on last season where we were having different podiums every week, where now they kind of seem to be cookie cut. But nothing wrong with that. It just shows that the quality of racing has gotten better, and you need to as well. And as well as the second question was, how often do you find yourself practicing for coming races, and what kind of preparation do you do? Kenny answers with 50% races. 50% races, so virtually the same thing that the exact same thing that we do here, and usually a couple hours before races he gets on and tries to get himself moving and grooving as well as he possibly can. And Tuesday nights for Nikki, some hot lapping and practice for 45 minutes before the race. Hannah, is that the schedule that you've set for him, or am I throwing him under the bus because you've given him more strict time scheduling that he is actually not abiding by? If you could please speak up, we'd love to hear from the managers as well. The poll question for this week was, now that Hamilton has resigned from Mercedes, do you believe he will go on to win the 8th world title and break the record of Michael Schumacher? And I think we had one troll vote saying no in Enrique, but everyone else said yes. Actually, Enrique is Mexican, so he probably thinks that Sergio Perez is going to win now that he's in the Red Bull. So I don't want to speak for him though, but I wouldn't be surprised if he had that view. But we are about to go live here in China. The final driver is getting up to the grid, that of course being Jinnit, to win it in the McLaren. You can see his partner there, second on the grid as they start first row and last row. There we go. I was having a reach for that one. He doesn't practice nearly as much as I scheduled for him, but he does do consistent Tuesdays. Okay, so he's able to get away with that one. Hannah, it's your client, so I'll just leave it at that. But we're about to go live. We have 5 red lights, and out they go. It looks like we have a pretty good start from one of the AlphaTauris in the back. I think that being Pork Chops. And Mystic Joker's looking to take the inside line all the way into turn 1, and yes, he does. He's got the lead. Gets a way better jump. Cam's dropping down the orders. He's starting to fight with the other Ferrari. And JC actually might have the inside line into turn 3, and it looks like he does, pushing Cam out wide, and Cam getting a little bit of the dirt. We'll get right on board with him, see what he sees. And he's going to be under pressure from Yolmir. Yolmir is going to dive down the inside line. Once again, Cam is going to lose another position into 6th. But he's still got alongside Yolmir, but I think he can position Scabney. As Scabney sends it and which turns back to the inside for turn 8, and he's got the position. Nicky and Kenny, the two teammates, seem to be battling as Nicky and Kenny are not wanting to give way. Kenny's actually on the hards and making it real tough on his teammate. Kenny's right back on ZGS now, but isn't going to try and dive down. Instead, forces ZGS to take a lesser racing line. I'm just going to bring Nicky back into the picture here. He's not too close, though, and yellow flag in Sector 3 is unfortunately round of series spun off. Mailmere is right on the tail of Helg. It looked like he let off the gas a little bit there, actually. All into the hards here. We'll take a quick peek at the tires. Everyone in the top 8 is on softs, and 9 and 10 on mediums. Kenny making a couple positions on the hards, and Cam in the pit early. That's not what you want to see. Must have received some sort of damage, as well as Nicky. Getting a little bit of lag in the position, but it'll all figure itself out shortly here. Just jump on board with Jacko. He's going to try and keep pace with Honda and Mystic. Mystic was able to take that lead into turn 1 and has since not let go. He's going to see if he can grow that gap to Honda. That's going to be a real tough task, that's for sure. Jacko's just going to do as much as he can to stay within striking distance. Yolmir falling back of JC, and JC also trying to keep pace with the leaders. He's just outside. Looks like my scoreboard is settled down here. Yolmir putting Helg under pressure now into turn 14, but Helg defends well. No position lost. Enrique and Porkchops looking like they're battling once again. Enrique gets pushed wide, and Clogmonger's actually going to take a position on Enrique, but Enrique breaks late and pushes Clog all the way around the outside. Gets a lockup while doing so, and Clog has to go wide to give Enrique enough room. By doing so, he virtually concedes all of his pace through that final turn, and is going to make a charge back through that big right-hander of turn 1. Now into turn 2, Enrique does have the inside line. Clog's going to try and hold on to down on the outside, but nothing doing there. And K-Dog, she's going to try and maybe take a little bit of a go on Clogmonger here as well. Clogmonger going to look at the inside line, I'm not sure as much as looking as defending / attacking as well. Now K-Dog, she's trying to work herself back into top 16 drivers here as Clogmonger goes a little bit wide, and now that opens it up for K-Dog. She's trying to take a peek at getting an overtake here as Clogmonger is trying to find his proper racing line here, but can't seem to get it done, and Mailmere is going to put Helg right under pressure now, already making up major ground, and Helg makes a gnarly dive to the inside line trying to break that slipstream. And now into turn 14, Helg was able to get back alongside the inside line and once again pushes Mailmere out wide. And now Scavvy's made up major ground. Kenny overtakes C. Berries. Kenny's on a mission on those hard tire compounds. Hey, it's Virus. Yeah, we got a couple of the LFR guys here. Scavney and Mailmere battling around turn 1, and Mailmere's going to get the inside line into turn 2, and he's going to send it. Scavney giving room on those mediums. Mailmere able to get the position back, and Looks like he got a little bit of the grass there on the inside line, and is going to actually have to concede the position now in 8th. We'll take a peek at the position changes so far, and right now the big one in my eyes is Mystic Joker overtaking Honda for first place early on. JC and Yulmir moving up a spot in 2, up into 4th and 5th. Cam all the way back down in 19th, as well as Nikki in 20th. Random Series dropping 8 positions, or 10 positions, into 18th. Other than that, everyone else, other than Clog, has moved up positions, as Clog has only dropped 1 spot. Not the race start for a lot of these drivers, but a lot of happy drivers out there, and one being Jinnit to win it. He's going to try and work himself into the top 10, or at least close to, working on Bloxham. Who do we have off there? Oh, that looks like it's Yulmir. Yulmir did go off. He's getting himself back on course, but he might be under pressure here. Jinnit does have DRS. I don't know if Bloxham does. Bloxham overtakes Yulmir around the outside. Looks like Yulmir is back up and running. Jinnit is able to brake late, and Yulmir nearly hits Jinnit. Nothing venomous though. Mystic actually gets overtaken by Honda. Unfortunately, I didn't able to see that. Kenny and Seaberry once again battling it out, and Kenny gets an overtake on Seaberry. Seaberry goes wide. Mystic's going to try and work back on Honda. Doesn't want to let him get too far. I wonder if Mystic's going to try and throw in a little bit of a wrench in a pit strategy on this one. Honda's gotten the better of him the last 3 races, them going 1-2. Scabney looking to get up there on Helg. Jacko's trying to stay in reach of the 2 drivers ahead. He's got work cut out for him, that's for sure. I'm just coming around that turn 13 with some major pace. Mystic's still going to get DRS. He's going to start making up ground, but this long, straight stretch isn't long enough. Brings himself back within a half a second. Brakes late. Scavney, there we go. Scavney going at Helg. Helg defending the inside line, pushing Scavney out wide. Scavney's going to have to slot in behind, and Helg holds on to the position. Will Mystic be able to make a move into turn 1? Doesn't look so. Jinnit does overtake Bloxham. Mayamir into the pit. Scavney along the inside line into turn 1. Was trying to take the shortcut around. They're now alongside, but Helg is able to defend and re-overtake his position back. See Barry and Kenny still working on each other. Mystic's trying not to fall out of reach of Honda here. This Honda seems to be on another level today. The Mystic's not giving up, trying to do what he can, but Honda's going to try and stretch that lead out of DRS. The detection comes right here, and it looks like Mystic is just going to be able to scrap it. Although he did fall a second out, now he's going to be able to get it. As well as Scavney is going to have another look at Helg now. Those softs of Helg are going to start really wearing down. Half a second gap, we'll have to see if that's close enough. DRS is open in the slipstream. Helg goes to defend the inside line once again. Scavney brakes, get alongside. Gonna look at a switchback, but Helg defends the switchback actually. Forces Scavney to tuck once again in behind. Honda and Jacko into the pit. Scavney stays out. Maybe Mystic is going to try a different pit stop strategy. His last couple of times he just tried to match him and then overtake him on track, but this time he's going to stay out. Kenny seems to be working on ZGS here for 4th place. Jinnet's got some crazy pace, man. He's gonna, hopefully he can start working with these Honda and Mystic Joker here. Like to, as well as Jacko's still up there, but Jacko just seems to be that tiny little bit behind. Those two are just that fast. Ooh, but Pork Chops and blocks him. Actually force. Oh, does Mystic actually get overtaken by JC? Oh, Mystic's got a puncture. Oh my goodness gracious. I did not see that coming. Kenny overtakes. That's going to kill Mystic in this race. Honda alongside Pork Chops. Pork Chops around the outside, can't defend. Honda's got to overtake MX block. Into the pit. Mystic goes, he's going to drop back a lot, throws some hards, and wow, I did not see that coming. Of course, I don't know how much tire wear he was going through. I can't see any sort of gauge, but I didn't think that was going to happen only 8 laps in. That's unbelievable, and I think undeserving, to be honest. I really don't think that 8 laps deserves a soft tire puncture, but Mayomir gets a nice little overtake on Clogmonger through turn 1, and Mayomir is going to also try and work on K-Dog as well. K-Dog's going to be under pressure. We have a nice little cluster of cars in the back of the pack, showing some clean racing. K-Dog's trying to get back on Helg. Hards seems to be the game plan. Check the stops in K-Dog. She's still yet to pit. Pork Chops, oh no, moving down the grid as yes, he does spin out. That's going to hurt. Barry might be able to come at ZGS here. Barry with the penalty. He's got some major pace. He's going to get alongside him now into turn 14. ZGS breaks real late, and I think C. Barry broke a little bit too early there. So he's going to still hold back, maybe lining up a move into turn 1. Comes around turn 16 fairly cleanly, and yeah, he's going to go right alongside him, if not a complete overtake, and actually forces himself around the outside. And ZGS is going to hold the inside lines. We've seen this a couple times. The pace is around the outside, but you're able to just sneak around the inside line and hold that turn. And ZGS goes back alongside of C. Barry, but C. Barry's going to hold on to it. The outside line there seeming to be the better way around between the two drivers. Honestly, I think it's a 50-50 decision there. But Jinnit Twinnit works himself in to this little battle here as his hards are going to start having virtually the same pace as the mediums ahead, as those are going to start really wearing out with the two turn heavy sectors of sector 1 and 2. Ooh, C. Barry opens up the door now for ZGS, going a little bit wide, but ZGS can't take advantage here, and I think C. Barry's going to be under some real heat coming into turn 14. He looks like he's slipping around everywhere. Jinnit Twinnit seems to be having his car the most under control. Honda as well may have to try and work at Jinnit Twinnit, but Jinnit might not make this pass easy, but Honda's got some crazy speed coming out of that turn. C. Barry and ZGS are going to be battling into turn 14. C. Barry once again going to defend the outside line. ZGS looks like he taps him a little bit. Now on with Jinnit. Can Jinnit get a good run out of turn 16? C. Barry gets double overtaken, and now C. Barry's really under pressure here. Oh, and C. Barry's going to try and come back at it. We have 4 cars coming around turn 1, now into turn 2. Jinnit's trying to work himself back up the order. C. Barry is losing 3 positions in 1 turn as he drops back. Honda is now right on the tail of ZGS, and he's going around the outside. Gonna have to go back on board, and Honda's gonna get an overtake. Now Jinnit Doesn't look like he's close enough. Pork may be in striking distance of Clogmonger. Clogmonger goes to defend the inside line around turn 2, and Pork is going to switch him back, and he's going to get right alongside him now. We're going to have a late break into turn 6, and Clog's got the inside line, but Pork is going to send it all the way around the outside, even on those old mediums. Clog is able to hold the position, but Pork is not going to let go. There's a little bit of aggression from Pork, something that we're not used to seeing. Clog once again going to defend, and Pork's going to send it to the inside line, and ooh, they touch a little bit, nothing too bad. Both just kind of go off the racing line a little bit, but nothing happening there. Jinit to win it, going back to that battle, is going to have the inside, or is going to have the full race car ahead. Red flag in sector 3, and oh no, is that Pork Chops again? I think it is. I think that was Pork Chops. I'm not sure. I think him and Clog must have come together at some point there, and Pork got the lesser of it. That hurts to see. That was a very solid battle between the two drivers as well up to that point. Very well, maybe right there, Mr. Pringle. Jacko trying to make up a little bit of ground on Seaberry here. Seaberry locking up. 10 lap old mediums here. And Honda currently only a second back of Kenny, as he's got 3 lap old mediums. Jacko with the fire pressure tire is going to get an easy overtake on Seaberry there. So it seems like I was wrong at the stands right now. We're just under halfway through this race. Nicky overtakes Clog. Clog gets a much better run, but I think Nicky's going to get DRS. Yes, he does. His wing is completely open, but Clog got such a good run out of turn 13 that Nicky actually loses the place and is now the one defending side, but Clog gets the position, re-overtook. Get right on board with Nicky. Clog taking a good chunk out of that turn. ZGS looks to be under pressure here from Jacko, and he is. Jacko seemingly gets the overtake finish here. Ooh, ZGS nearly loses it. Honda's going to start working on the young lad of Kenny. What's Kenny be able to do to muster up a defense here? Honda's seemingly a cheat code. Kenny's pushing as much as he can, but Honda, with as clean of racing lines as possible, is going to get a routine overtake on Kenny. He's going to go back up into second position, and Kenny misses his braking point a little bit and gives him a tap on the way through, kind of reminding him that, hey, I'm not happy. Mailmere and Helg. Oh, what happened there? I have no clue. Oh, and then Yelmir overtakes as Mailmere gets a little bit too heavy on the throttle when he's back on track, and unfortunately drops down the grid. Now, what I'm really keeping my sights on is if Mystic is going to be able to close that gap to Jacko. Currently, they're about 2.5 seconds in the car in between each other. Because that surely is the battle for second place. Honda somewhat has this locked up, barring any sort of unforeseen incident. We have not yet had a safety car here. Don't want to jinx it and knock on wood, that's for sure, but it's looking like Mystic, and there we go. So now no car is actually in between the two drivers, and instead ZGS is going to be under some real heat real quick from C. Barry here. C. Barry gets DRS. He's got some crazy speed coming out of turn 13. He's going to get alongside ZGS on the inside line. ZGS goes to defend, but ZGS has the outside and can't really do much. He's going to have to send it all the way around. They touch. We'll get it on rate with ZGS or JC and see what he can see on the front of his wing. But ZGS actually concedes a position. He's off in the pit. He needs new tires, and he's going to opt for some hard. I don't think a double soft pit that will get the job done. But AJ Pringle, if you're still in here, man, you actually got put up into F2 series full time, so congratulations. JC is showing that he's got better pace than C. Barry coming through the slalom here in Sector 2. C. Barry's going to be under some crazy heat as ZGS hits before C. Barry, seemingly doing the undercut, JC losing his braking point a little bit. Now Yomir might have a chance to work on his teammate there, but Scavney is surely going to be able to pull away. He's got the far pressure of tires. Jinnit actually looks like he's brought himself within striking distance, and JC, there you go, gets the move done on C. Barry. Let's see what C. Barry's going to be able to do. He's going to try and brake and get himself alongside. He does, throws it all the way down into neutral, and I think that's going to be the doing of him. I don't think he knew that he slammed all those gears all the way down. He's going to go into the pit. Nicky might be actually working on Cam here. Cam having that dreadful race start. He's all the way down the grid. Just some fresh hards here. Maybe he can make up a little bit of ground to find himself into the top 10. Now this is going to get real important here. 5-second penalty to Mystic. But Jinnit is going to try and overtake Kenny. By doing so, he's going to slow up Jacko. Jacko wants to overtake these two real quick because behind him he's got Mystic, who's hunting down second place. So we'll stay on with Jacko right now. As I'll say, thanks to everyone who is tuning in tonight. Very much appreciate all the support in the Midwest F1 League. We thank all of the friends that come in to support their friends driving and representing whatever team that they do. Jinnit's looking to come at the inside line of Kenny here. Kenny kind of opening up the door, but just not enough for Jinnit to get the overtake. And looks like Cam's actually coming at Mailmere there. But it's actually Jacko going at Jinnit, and Jacko's going to try and set around the outside, but Jinnit's going to go to defend. And they were alongside each other for a mere moment there, but Jacko seemingly gets the move done. And as soon as I switch over there, it looks like Cam got the move done as well on Mailmere. Jinnit's trying not to lose focus here as he's working on bringing himself back within range of Jacko. And oh, Jinnet's going to do the honorable thing and let his teammate go by, as he knows that his teammate is chasing down Mystic. So already some good team support shown between the new teammates of the McLaren Div 1 team. I don't think Mystic was able to get DRS. His teammate in Jinnet does, though. Jacko is getting close to Kenny, not close enough. DRS detection is just before the final turn. Is Mystic going to be able to reach inside of that second mark? I don't think he will. He's making up time on the turn, but nothing going there. Kenny doesn't go to defend too hard, feels confident in his pace around the turn, which he so should, as he does hold on to the position. C. Barry and ZGS seem to be getting a battle all the way back in 10th there. ZGS goes for a switchback, gets back alongside C. Barry now. They are neck and neck here. C. Barry's got the inside line through turn 16, and now Cam actually is going to get right into the fight as he tries to get right alongside his teammate, and his teammate kind of blocks him up a little bit, and he's going around the outside. His teammate lets him go through. Cam's going to try and battle with ZGS here. Doesn't look like Cam's going to get alongside him, though. That's actually Mailmere that might take a look at C. Barry here. C. Barry goes to defend it. Oh, Mailmere kind of smacks him on the inside there. Seemingly turned a little bit too sharply and got a little piece. But now is Mystic going to be able to get close to Jacko? Jacko is surely going to get right tight on Kenny. Kenny defends the outside line, forces Jacko into a bad racing line. Now that brings Mystic right alongside him. Mystic overtakes Jacko, but Jacko gets a much better run out of turn 16. Mystic was wanting to defend the inside line, but Jacko gets alongside of him quickly enough. And now Jacko is back alongside Mystic, but Kenny's blocked off Jacko. Now Mystic has the inside line. He's looking to re-overtake for third place. Get on with Jinnet, but Jinnet doesn't look like he's got that good of an angle, and Jacko ends up getting the position back, but Mystic's going to send it around the outside. Jacko pushes him wide. Still on track, but Jacko's got the better traction out of that final turn there. As that was going down, it looks like Cam's working on ZGS, trying to send it all the way around the outside. If he's able to do so, he's got the inside line into turn 2, and I think he's got the move done, and into 9th place does Cam go. Back on board with Mystic. Can Mystic get a move done here? As he's trying to work on Jacko, as well as Jacko's trying to work on Kenny. Jacko somewhat slows up Mystic ever so slightly there, and looks like Mystic's got the better run out of turn 13 there. And now Mystic with DRS and in the slipstream with Jacko surely will be able to get alongside him as Mystic's trying to look at the inside line. Kenny goes to defend the outside. Kenny's going to block off the line of Mystic as Mystic and Jacko are right side by side each other, but it looks like Jacko's going to be able to hold back onto that third place position. Mailmere does get an overtake on ZGS early there. Oh no, Helg, as his teammate would say with his patented spin. Still back into the fight between Mystic and Jacko and Kenny. His teammate Jinnet still needs to pit. Helg dropping down the order, he surely will pit. Nine full laps to go still. Kenny needs to pit, as well as Jinnet. I imagine we're going to see them in the next 2 laps here. I can't call out hardest charger quite yet, as that is going to change quite a bit once they pit. Can Mystic get it done here? Once again, looks like he's got the better pace, but not as much as before. Gonna try and get alongside Jacko. He's in the slipstream, but so is Jacko. Mystic's got some crazy speed now. He's got the inside line. Outbreaks Jacko. Jacko off to the outside. He's not gonna try and switch back him, but does have the inside into turn 16, and Mystic's just gonna hold it all the way through and does a lovely overtake. And down into turn 1, Mystic's holding on the inside line. I think he's trying to get his elbows out a little bit more than what he would normally do. And now Kenny holds him up. Jacko goes back alongside Mystic on the inside. But Mystic, unfortunately, with getting blocked by Kenny, isn't going to hold that move all the way back in turn 16. And his teammate, Jinit Twinit, is just seemingly sitting back and just kind of watching the fireworks happen. He doesn't want to kind of stick his nose in there. He doesn't want to slow up his teammate. He wants to let his teammate get the overtake. But Kenny, I think, is prolonging this battle. And by doing so, it's just letting Honda drive farther and farther off into the distance. Once again, we'll see if we see something different here in turn 14. Last couple times around this turn, Mystic has had the proper pace over Jacko. That doesn't look to be the case here. Jacko gets a really good run out of turn 13. Finally seeming to figure that turn out here. Mystic doesn't look like he's going to actually make a move in here, and instead, Kenny goes for a real late break, and by doing so, that kind of brings Jacko in trouble here from Mystic, and looks like Kenny's going to get overtaken by both Mystic and Jacko, and Kenny goes into the pit. Jinit instead stays out, and now Mystic taking a peek at the inside line of Jacko, but does not opt to go through it. Instead holds in behind the Ferrari, and he's going to have to try and work back for a move somewhere else on track. But will it happen here? We're about to get back in that long straight stretch. Jacko seemingly has the pace out of turn 13 here, so I don't think Mystic is close enough. He's using up his battery. He's got the DRS open, but the straight stretch is seemingly running out. On the battle between Yomir Siveri and ZGS for 10th place. Currently ZGS holding on position. Nothing going there. Mystic might actually be able to take a run into turn 1 here. His teammate Jinit into the pit. We'll see where he comes out. Nothing going quite yet for Mystic. He's gonna get right tight to Jacko. Jacko not giving any sort of opening. But what is open is almost a position for 11th place there. Where does Jinit come out here? Jinit onto the softs in 7th place. Might see fastest lap from him or Kenny, but it looks like Kenny pitting earlier than Jinit is now bringing him into a chance for 5th place. Surely I can see the hardest charger. Now, with Jinit not setting a time, he is not able to collect that extra point, but instead is going to sit right now with Kenny. The only other man that can get close to him is Scavney, and that is the man that he's going to overtake soon. But right now we have a battle for 10th place as Yolmir is trying to work on ZGS. ZGS does defend. Quickly take a peek at the tires, and Yes, Kenny does get that move done. And Yolmir with fresher mediums, so he's going to want to try and overtake real soon here. Can Mystic get this move done? He's got 5 seconds of penalty as well. But, oh, he's gaining some real pace. Doesn't opt to shoot. Ooh, but Jacko's opening up that inside into turn 1. And Mystic was trying to reach for it, but just not enough there. Instead, Yolmir is right alongside and has the inside line into 14. ZGS able to send it all the way around the outside in his defense and lock back that position in 10th place, but by doing so, kind of giving himself a poor line into turn 16. Yolmir needs his DRS back, or his ERS back, and by doing so and getting that late into the straight, he gets himself back into 10th right now, but ZGS does get completely overtook. Right now, fastest lap sitting with Kenny. Once again, coming around turn 13, on board with Mystic, hunting down Jacko. Jacko's doing a good job of defending here. As well as Scavney seems to be under fire here from Jinnit. Jinnit surely going to get an easy overtake here for 7th place. We'll take a quick peek at the penalties, and they're even par, so they're just going to have to do it on track position alone. Mystic is trying to find somewhere on track to get this move done. Jacko is just giving everything he possibly can. Maybe Mystic has something up his sleeve, but Mystic is usually not the guy to come up with something clever for an overtake. He's a guy that when he's out in front, he's nearly impossible to catch unless your name is Honda. Now ZGS and C-Berry are going to be battling here. C-Berry has the edge into turn 16, but ZGS has got the DRS as well as he's got as good of a racing run out of turn 16, and now alongside has the outside line, and C-Berry concedes and drops back into 12th. Stay back with that battle. Now it's all about who can get a better run out of 13 here. Can Mystic finally put it together? But it looks like Jacko's figured out that turn. He is not giving Mystic anything to work with here. Mystic flipping on the DRS and making up the ground, but he just can't get close enough. May have to try and find somewhere else on track to do it, as Jacko's just not opening up the door for him to do it there. And here we go, Mystic should be able to take a run. Now he does break late, but as does Jacko. Mystic is going to get back alongside him. If Mystic can stick this out, then he's got the inside line, but Jacko is just able to squeeze through. Helg looking to come at Nicky here, and Nicky's going to be under fire. Nicky overtaking. Or sorry, getting overtaken for 14th place from Helg. As Nicky's agent sips her wine. Nicky's trying to get himself back around, but not to the extent that he'd like to put himself in, and still sits in 15th place, and Helg may be able to drive away from this point. Then, oh, it looks like we got Mystic and Jacko going at each other here. Jacko once again has the line, and is able to get around, and Mystic nearly smacks the back of Jacko there. Jacko's running out of laps here. Not sure what's happened to Mystic here, but he seems to be losing some major time. I'm not sure if he's collected maybe a little bit of wing damage or a puncture, but JC's kind of worked himself back in striking distance of Mystic, and especially with Mystic's penalty, he's losing some major ground here. Full laps to go here. Honda's got a 15-second gap between him and Jacko. Jinnit has caught Kenny. Kenny's under pressure now for 5th place. He's got the hardest charger locked up here, so he's finally put himself back into position to get a solid point finish. As the Williams are really trying to scrap themselves out of the bottom part of the league table. Currently sitting in 6th, but that is mainly from a co-effort from both drivers, but a lot more was expected from Kenny here, as Nicky's kind of done what he's been asked, but Kenny has not produced what everyone was anticipating him to produce this year. Barry's trying to catch back up to ZGS here. Looking at the tire life here, and they're virtually on par with each other. Once again, back to Jinnit and Kenny. Jinnit's got a really good run here now. Kenny's going to be under pressure here on the same amount of penalties here, so they're going to have to get it done the old-fashioned way, and Jinnit has got it done the modern way with DRS in hand and 5th place as well. Now to JC. JC's looking like he's going to get himself back up onto a podium with the penalty to Mystic Joker being dished out at the end of this race. Yellow flag all the way back in Sector 3. We're on our last lap here. We have been lapped by Honda. He seemingly seems to work his way through the reverse field here. Only halfway through. Mystic as well as JC overtaking. Possibly some position changes left in this race. JC wants to get it done on track as well. I'm sure he doesn't want the penalty to be the decider here, but it will be, no matter what is the case. And Pork Chops and K-Dog looking to be battling it out a little bit here. That's a good camera. K-Dog tries to defend, and she will actually get the position, and Mystic looks like he gets overtaken by JC in the last little bit here. JC not seemingly trying to defend all too much. Honda comes over with another win. I believe that's 4 in a row. Jacko with another podium in the Ferrari. JC as well getting a podium. Mystic almost actually puts himself in danger of his teammate Jinnit, with Jinnit getting a podium. And now Kenny is going to get the hardest charger for the evening. Cam and Scavney are going to battle it right to the end here, but it looks like Scavney's got the way. We got two LFR drivers battling it through the third last turn, that is, sorry. With Yolmir surely going to come in 10th, Mailmir in 9th. ZGS is going to take 11th spot as the Red Bull drivers collect some decent points today, and it's not over yet. Helg should be able to get the overtake on MX Bloxham with the penalties, as well as MX might drop down into 15th place. So Hannah, Nikki's going to come over 14th. Is that what were you hoping from him today? If you can put into the chat. But I'll try and get some of the drivers in for the interview quick. Try and do this quick. There we go. Okay, so you got two Ferraris as well as the Honda up on the podium. Their constructor of the day will be the Ferrari team. Going through the order, we got three different nationalities going from Canada, Australia, and then to USA, followed by another American in Mystic Joker to win it. Kenny in 6th, Scavney in 7th, Cam in 8th, Mailmir in 9th, Yolmir in 10th, ZGS 11th, Seaberry 12th, Helg 13th, Nikki 14th, MX Bloxham 15th, Clogmonger 16th, K-Dog 17th, Porkchops 18th, and Enrique 19th. Random Series getting an unfortunate 20th position finish. I'm a little disappointed, but I don't get paid enough to be too upset. I understand. Still, give him the gears though. I wouldn't say he's embarrassing you, Hannah, but he could definitely make you look like a better manager. That's all I'm saying. That's not directly from me, that's just from the league. But, you know, we know how good of a manager that you are, but it's just sometimes your client doesn't put out what is expected. Okay, so yeah, everyone knows that Nikki's got a little bit more in it than when he puts out on track sometimes, and not saying that's the manager's fault, but you know, the manager can help when it comes to that. So, but hey, that's just from the league. That's not from me. That's actually Stat said that. So if you have anything to say, say it to Stat. But unfortunately, he's not here today, so you got to tune back in on Thursday if you want to give Stat shit for saying stuff like that. Which I'll do it as well. I'll back you up, Hannah. Me and you, we can take Stat. Australians are weak, right, JC?
I don't know. One just got a P2.
Yeah.
Nah, we are. We're fucking weak as shit.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Kenny's back.
Oh, no, my dad's gonna watch this back now and hear me swear. Fail.
Wah, wah. I want to let Pork just let me have the reins on one of these nights, whether it being Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, and it just being like a who cares league. I'll crack the whip. You better, Hannah. Get the best out of your driver. Don't let him get away with anything. That's all men. You can't let men. Once men get an inch, they'll take a mile. Don't give him shit, Hannah. You give him shit, actually. But anywho. So China, that was actually a fucking awesome race, guys. Just gonna say, that was really good. No safety cars, constant passing. There was constant drivers close to each other. Do we have Honda? Honda did say give me 5, so we'll wait a second for him. But I'll let you guys.
Strategy was at play today for sure. It was fun.
Yeah, I'll let you guys shoot the shit. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go on my phone for a couple minutes. You guys talk.
It's been a while since I've been here.
Kenny, is that the first fastest lap that you didn't end up getting?
I think so this season. The ones I've raced in. He got me by 2/10 or something like
I
that.
know. I was hoping you keep the streak alive.
Yeah, he was just faster.
When I saw he beat the time, I was confident you'd go in for the pits again and get another set of softs.
I mean, if no one was behind me, then I would have. But I was gonna lose 2 positions or something if I pit.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I understand. I was going for the whole streak thing. I thought, yeah, he probably might consider it.
I mean, I'd rather get points than just keep a streak.
You're right. Well, I mean, there's 5 points for that. It's not like it's worth nothing. What's the difference between the positions you were in, where you ended up, and where you would have been if you pitted?
5th through 8th is 9. So yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I guess there's no guarantee of the fastest lap as well. By the way, you really helped me in finishing second, and I guess in turn JC third, because I was using your slipstream and DRS to hold Mystic off while he had 5 seconds penalty, hoping he'd get me as late as possible in the race. That's why I wasn't passing you.
I mean, I was just waiting till like lap 20 to pit.
I could
The horse
tell,
would
I
like
could tell.
bait at the end, but at least it paid off. Just having clean air for 15.
No, I mean,
whatever laps.
it was the correct strategy for hards. Like, you needed to go that long. So
Yeah, I was around P13 qualifying. I just kept it
Yeah.
smooth. And I
Yeah,
only
good
got
stuff,
3
man.
seconds. Only 3, so that's great for me.
was that at the last corner exit or?
I think I got 2 there, yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough corner.
Yeah, the exit's like really tight.
Here's the man.
All right.
What's up, boys?
How's it going,
Congrats
Honda?
again, man.
Thanks.
Anyone
Yeah,
in
congrats,
chat, can you
Honda.
just give me a confirmation that you guys can hear Honda? But yeah, go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they can hear me. I switched the party settings.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Honda, you Canadian?
Yeah, eh?
I mean, if you're Canadian, yeah, you go ahead and make fun of us. Even if you're not
Yeah,
Canadian, go ahead and make fun
the
of us.
A kind of gave it away.
I mean, I make it very apparent that when I'm saying ZGS, I overpronunciate the Z. ZGS.
You're Canadian too?
Yeah. Vancouver,
No, you're supposed to say
Columbia.
yeah, eh?
Yeah. Oh, you hoser. Y'all American ladies ever been to Saskatoon, eh? No? Okay. Alright. No one? Alright. I'll go fuck myself, don't worry. So, I'll do it all here tonight. Okay, so Honda, another dub. I think that's 4 in a row for you. Congratulations. Going all the way back to... France was actually your last unfortunate one, but now we got Austria, Bahrain, Mexico, and China for the wins in a row. How confident are you feeling going into our next track with that being a Baku? You feel like you're strong there?
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty strong considering the run I had 4 wins, so I'm pretty confident now. But Baku is a struggle with the rear tires. I know they kind of degrade a lot in the back, so tire management is key in Baku, and yeah, so pretty confident in Baku. With China, it was actually one of my worst tracks. I had the hardest time to find the setup, and like last minute I found the perfect setup, which I was so happy. Kind of, my car really ran good on the medium, surprisingly. That's why I pit a bit early on lap 5. So that was the strategy, and once I knew I had a gap, a good gap to the cars behind, I kind of just cruised, and I tried to go for the fastest lap at the end, but there was no chance with the used mediums. I saved up my ERS to I think 90, and I used it the whole lap, and I didn't even come close. So
Oh, wow.
Kenny gets that one.
No, I think it was Jinnit, was it not, guys? Or was
I
it?
think
Wait,
it
Kenny
was.
didn't get the fastest lap?
It was Jin.
The streak is over.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
he got like four races in a row. He got fastest lap.
Yeah. No, Jinnit, you were just talking about it before you joined in. Jin just had the pace for that. Yeah, it was Jinnit. Pork chops just confirmed. But you saw Mystic Joker taking the lead into turn 1 there. What was your plan from that point on to get that lead back?
Well, I knew he was running a bit less wing because I saw on the straights that he was pulling away from me. So my strategy was to pull ahead of him and pit on lap 5. I had a feeling everybody was going to pit on lap 6, but I knew the mediums would last if I would pit on lap 5 and hopefully get that undercut to bring it at least over a second gap and then kind of just manage it from there and see if he would gain any time. And I don't know what happened to him. When I came out of the pits,
He had
he
a
was
puncture.
like 3. Ah, okay. So I guess that's what it was. Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I came out of the pits and he was like 5 or 6 seconds behind me. So I knew either he could make contact or something happened. So
Yeah, you just you kind of ran into a little bit of some unfortunate. I didn't think it was. I'm not sure how. I was kind of meaning to ask how much were you struggling with the softs off the start because he punctured right after that because he came in the next lap, but he punctured about halfway through, and I think JC you actually overtook him there.
well, I pit
Yeah,
on
I was
on the
wondering
lap
that.
5. When I pit, I think it was at 61%. I
Oh,
saw the
really?
yellow, the warning, and then I saw the red. So I'm like, okay, it's time to pit. But my setup worked a lot better on the mediums with the heat in the tires, and that's why I pit so early because I knew I could get a good stint on the mediums.
You weren't on mediums, were you? I thought you were on hards.
Not on the, I always get confused with mediums and
Okay.
hards.
No,
Yeah, I
I
didn't want
For
to
some
correct you. I
reason.
didn't like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what? I'm not
I
as good
pit
as
on the
you, so
hards, yeah. Mediums, no
I
chance they
was
would have made it
wondering
to the
there
end.
whether I was tripping out and you actually did use mediums for that long.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say a 16-second gap on medium. That's incredible.
I was like, what?
I wish I was that gifted.
Oh god. Well, you're kind of proving yourself to be so. But another congratulations to another win. I think that's going through 2 for 6th win so far this year. So good on
Bloody
you.
hell.
We might
Thanks.
see a 5 in a row. You've already got the turkey. You're going to try and work yourself up to a golden turkey up next year. But once again,
Wait,
congratulations.
what's this golden turkey?
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure it's 6 in a
Never
row.
heard
Is
of
it
this
not?
before.
I believe it's 6 in a row, or is it 4 in a row? Golden turkey. Bowling.
What's the origin of that saying?
Yeah, we
Oh,
talking bowling?
Bowling.
When a
Okay.
player is on the strikes, a string is often reference affixing in a row to the number of strikes bowled consecutively. 6 strikes in a row sometimes referred to as a 6-pack or a sixer, so not a golden turkey.
So straight 6 wins in a row,
Yeah,
basically.
as a sixer. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now you got in baseball terms you got the golden sombrero.
All right.
That's cool. I like
Lucky me.
that.
Yeah, that's the sombrero is 3 strikes and the golden sombrero is 4. So you got the golden strike. You got the golden sombrero.
Nice.
Sweet.
There you go. Walk around town, going telling everyone that. But yeah, once again, congratulations. On to Jacko, another podium for you, man. It kind of was a little bit different from how you were anticipating it going there. What was your last like 10 laps there with you battling Mystic? How kind of run me through that?
The last 10 laps, I'm not exactly sure when Kenny pit.
Or
But
yeah, whenever you kind
During
of
that
all
middle
caught up
stint,
Kenny there.
when
yeah.
we caught up to that pack, and I realised Mystic's very fast, but he's a 5-second penalty. I want to keep him behind for as long as possible, obviously, so that if he does get past, I can stay within that 5 seconds. And when I got to the back of Kenny, he was a bit quicker in the straight than a couple of the other cars that we had to come past. So I thought, instead of passing him after that first attempt, obviously, which went kind of a bit sour, I thought I can just use this guy to get DRS, hold Mystic off for a bit longer, and then pass whenever Kenny goes into the pits. Eventually I got past Kenny anyway because he had a bit of a slide. But I think it really helped because it prolonged the time where I had ERS available to defend from Mystic. And eventually, I think he mentioned a bit of lag got into it, but at the last turn, I think he got wing damage on the back of me. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I believe he did because he really slowed up on the final lap and a half.
Yeah, exactly. But at that point, I was almost out of ERS. I think I was on like 8% on that straight before the contact. So he probably would have got me. Well, he probably wouldn't have gotten out of my range of the penalty. But I was hoping as well that JC would catch up a bit in that little fight so that he could potentially nab the podium, which he did in the end anyway. But yeah, it was pretty intense. I was having to monitor the ERS as best as I could because Mystic also was trying to set me up for turn 1 and also the first hairpin in the second sector. So yeah, it was definitely full on. But I was happy, especially in the first stint, to be tacked onto the back of the front two, which is not doesn't happen often, let's say. But I
Yeah.
actually honestly think that Mystic was trying to have me pass Honda, backing Honda into me instead of going full attack. Um, I don't know if that was his tactic or not, but it kind of looked like it to me. I think he could have gone faster.
Yeah, he was. The race didn't exactly go his way today, and I think he just conceded in the end there. Once he got some wing damage, I think he noticed
Certainly
that.
unlucky from his perspective.
Yeah, he's kind of run into a little bit of that so far this year. But yeah, once again, like congratulations to you for finishing second and even getting the overtake on Mystic. How do you feel like you are going into Baku?
Not as strong as around here. This is probably one of my best tracks, along with Singapore, which unfortunately we're missing this season. But I will be practicing a bit more for Baku, and I'll hope to be talking to you again. And I'm hoping that JC will be there as well.
Hopefully so. Yeah, we got a double Ferrari podium, getting the most championship points today, increasing that gap between you and I'm not sure who's going to be there now. I'm not sure. I believe I don't want to say anything because my math is completely crap. But yeah, once again, congratulations to you, Jacko. JC, congratulations as well for your podium. Like, how exactly am I supposed to say your gamer tag? I never actually asked you.
J Chase won.
J
I
Chase.
guess is the yeah. I've heard you say it on broadcast before, so technically you've got it right plenty of times.
I have said J Chase. I remember saying I've said JC Chase for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
that's what it was. That's
I'm
close
so
enough. I'll give it to you.
stupid. Like, yeah, but okay, J Chase. Okay, sounds good. But yeah, I think this is the second podium for you this year.
Yeah.
What was the first one? I can't remember.
It's a good question, actually. I can't remember myself. It's
my
been
brain's mush.
a
But
while.
here, well, you tell us what went down when you saw Mystic with wing damage. I'll kind of go back and find exactly what your first podium was.
Yeah, I was kind of in a race of my own, to be honest. I extended the stint to 7 laps there at the beginning, and I was wondering what happened to Mystic there in the first stint. Thought at first that maybe he just got super loose coming out of that long right-hander there, but then I realized on the back straight there that he had a puncture, which was unlucky. But yeah, from there, I was kind of in a race of my own after the pit stop, and then once we started to catch up to the pack, I thought Mystic would have the pace to get by Jacko, but Jacko did a really great job on pace, and was able to hold him back for a while. So I was able to keep that 5-second buffer because I knew Mystic had that 5-second time penalty. So I was hoping they would continue to battle throughout the entire race, which is what ended up happening, and I was able to just maintain those 5 seconds there, and then. Yeah, once he got the wing damage, I just tried to make sure I could bring it home clean and get to the podium.
Yeah, exactly what you did there. Kind of went the way of Ferrari this evening. That's whatever. Fuck it. But yeah, your first podium was back in Canada.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you came third with Cam coming second and Honda as well on the podium there. So this time a little bit more fortune for Ferrari. But I mean, what are we supposed to do with you two? Like, you guys are just absolutely running amok with the Constructors Championship. Like, is this something that is this a partnership that's going to be formed in next season? Have you guys discussed that at all?
We haven't talked about it. I mean, I'd love to keep racing with Jacko if that's the case, but. If we're able to make that happen. But yeah, I mean, last couple of results really didn't go my way in terms of just luck and other things that happened. So it just felt good to have a nice clean race, even though I was kind of by myself for most of it. But we're practicing a crap ton because we realize that pretty much every constructor this year is pretty stacked and has got some great pace. So.
It's only going to get harder as well next year.
Yeah. So it's certainly by no means do we think this is anywhere near locked up. We're only halfway, and I mean Mercedes, you've got Honda on 4 straight wins, and McLaren's looking strong, and so there's a lot of constructors to pay attention to. I mean Renault won it last year, so they've got that veteran experience. So I mean. And some tough tracks coming up. Baku's going to be a tough one too. So, still a long ways to go, and still a lot of practice to put in.
exactly that. But yeah, once again, congratulations. Maybe I mean, I'm not sure exactly what this constructors championship has left for us here, but right now you got an absolute stranglehold on it. So hope you guys can keep up that form and hold off the likes of, like you said, Mercedes, Renault, and McLaren. But on to Kenny. Kenny getting back into the interviews after having a little bit of a hiatus for a while there. And season 2 is not going the way that you were hoping so, but if you were just going simply for fastest laps, and that's exactly what's happening, but as well as just for points overall, it's not going your way. What's been the biggest problem so far this year, Kenny?
It's been wing damage late in the race. I've been just like getting into people in the back, like getting better traction. Just I'm kind of not as much. Then just pitting late, going on softs, you know. Fastest lap every race.
Jinnit's
Yeah,
ripped
but
that away
now-
from you.
Yeah, now not so much, but yeah, my race was pretty boring. You know, just clean air the whole race, and then a little battle with Jinnit and Jacko here and there. But finally, P6 top 10. It's been the first one in season 2.
Yeah, is that your... Oh god, I need to go back and look at this now, but I think that's your highest finish so far in season 2, unless you know that for sure.
Yeah, it is about like 6 positions, maybe
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, you haven't gotten to the top 10 at all this year. It's just not been your season. But have you have you like now come to the conclusion like, okay, drivers championship is not happening. Like, I can just throw that out the window. I can just get in here and focus on just racing and having a good race.
Yeah, it's just having fun now. There's no chance that the drivers with Honda, Jacko, all these super talented guys, and just keeping it clean races, we could possibly get up to the top 5, top 6. But it's just having fun at this point.
Yeah, that's true. What's kind of going off that? Do you have a goal for your constructors on where you guys want to finish at the end of this year? Do you think you can maybe get in the likes of a top 4? Maybe get into the battle with McLaren or Renault there?
If I can get more consistent, definitely. Like, right now we're in 6th as of last race. If I can stay more consistent, we could probably climb a few spots. But Nicky's been doing good too, even better than me. He's been getting top 10s like every race. I'm proud of him.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, your teammate's doing a real solid job. Maybe
He's sort of carrying us.
Yeah, well, maybe I think in his advantage he's got Hannah, and I'm not sure if you've got a Hannah in your life, but maybe you could borrow Hannah for a weekend and let her, light you up.
No, I
and,
don't.
Yeah, maybe Hannah, maybe Nikki can give Hannah your number, and she can absolutely light your ass up and let you know how it really is, because it seems to work on Nikki from time to time. I think the manager needs to become the whole team principal of Williams, and that could really lift up your spirits.
Yeah, I'll try, see if I get lucky with that.
Yeah, okay. Man, I'm fucked. Alright, that's it for me here at the Midwest F1 League. Unless any of you guys have anything to say, please speak up right now, or I will close it out.
Yes, thanks for commentating, Crash. Great
You're
job,
the best.
as usual.
Ah, shucks, guys. You don't have to lie. But this has been the Midwest F1 League. I've been Crash McQueen. We are back tomorrow, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern. I believe is 1 p.m. in Australia, right? Or 1:30 p.m. in Australia. Am I right, Jack?
Correct.
Correct. Yeah, see, look at I'm fucking amazing at that shit. So Saturday morning for you Australians out there, Aussies, Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Have a good rest of your Thursday night and enjoy your Friday morning, and I will see you tomorrow evening. Okay, guys.